This Organized Chaos video is brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you. Yes, WorldClassBullShitters, Teen Ninja Turtles Shell Shock video. Okay, let's check that one out. Which one is it? Oh, are you looking at the Shell Shocked Why Fans Hate the New Turtles trailer? Is that what you're looking at? The fourth video. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay. Yay! Well, okay, let's, if you didn't see the last initiative stream, I literally do not care what color April is. I think it's dumb. Yeah, they have 3 videos on April. Well, this one might just be a clip from our video, but 2 already.
The war for stupid shit rages online as people are fighting to defend April O'Neil as a black woman. Alright, bigger problems exist, but let's talk about this, shall we?
Wow. So he's arguing that people are wasting time defending April O'Neil. Why aren't they wasting time attacking April O'Neil? Because literally, this is the 20th iteration of the goddamn Ninja Turtles. I'm familiar with 3 or 4 of them. And I haven't seen probably the past however many. Last time I saw April O'Neil, she was played by Megan Fox. So, I don't really care if they want to do something new with the character this time around. Artist prerogative.
The following is a WorldClassBullShitters exclusive.
So there's no doubt in my mind you've heard of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If you watch this channel and you don't know who they are, you're probably dead, because I look at the channel statistics, and based on the median age, everyone that watches WCBS should know a little bit about TMNT. For those who do know but want a refresher, they're those green dudes that eat pizza. Alright, you want a little more? Fine, they're a group of mutant ninja turtles, like the name says, who fight crime in New York City. Originally a comic book from 1984, the Ninja Turtles spawned a cartoon, a toy line, and took over the world. Millions and millions of kids grew up loving the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And with every subsequent release, fans lose interest.
Seems a little
Not because they've gotten older, but because the Ninja Turtles, like most things these days, absolutely suck. Companies are lazy. They love to take the same movie and make it 5 times, but change it up. How is this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie going to be any different than the last animated one? Well, we can't change the Turtles because they're iconic and green, but we can make April O'Neil black because she was black in that cartoon on Nickelodeon, and diversity, right? So here's a picture of April on screen. If you would have just blindly asked me who this is, I wouldn't have known. She looks like she could be part of Into the Spider-Verse.
Blackwing Gaming, I'll go ahead and say I thought Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2012 was very underrated. I don't know if I don't want to call it their best, but I did think it was underrated.
Miles Morales' sister, some generic character from something I don't care about because she doesn't look like she's part of the Ninja Turtles, but alas, it is. Now, there's this weird obsession with people debating the race of comic book characters. They love to argue that nowhere in these books does it list or describe what the characters look like. They can be anyone or anything they imagine them to be. Except with a comic book, they don't have to say that because they show you on screen what the character looks like. This right here is April O'Neil from the comic book. She looks a lot like every other 80s woman with that haircut. Now, the people online love to say that this right here is enough to make her an ethnic character. There's even a garbage website out there right now using this exact same tactic. They're trying to get people riled up on the internet to talk about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and diversity and...
You see, I think it's kind of a trap to go into the... I think looking into her history is interesting. So I think, if you just want to look into it for, apparently April O'Neil was based on, Kevin Eastman's girlfriend at the time. Her name was April something, and she was biracial. I think, there's lots of interesting factoids about April if you just want to learn about April and look into her history. As for the argument about whether or not you can make her black, I literally don't care about her history. I don't. If you're just saying, oh, she's never been black, how can she be black? I don't care. I do not care. This is a new iteration of the Teenage Mutant This is a new iteration of the franchise. They can do whatever they want with it. Literally whatever they want. And if it sucks, then guess what? Just wait for a couple of years and they'll do another iteration. And I'm willing to bet the people complaining haven't even seen the past, 3 or 4 iterations. So I don't even know what they're complaining about.
Well, I've never seen one that seems this sad. Fans are loving that April O'Neil is black again in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. So soon after the trailer was released, fans took to Twitter to praise the animated movie for depicting April O'Neil as a black character. Let's stop this for a second. What year is it? Why are people rushing to Twitter to praise that this movie has a black character in it? I don't think that's what's happening at all. I think this is a website going to Twitter, looking for some content, and trying to craft a narrative around this. All these places want to do is get you riled up and angry. They want you to stay angry and fight online. They want to tell you that you're wrong for liking April O'Neil the way she is. But let's be honest. The most popular part of the Ninja Turtles was the 1980s cartoon and the toy line that followed it.
I just kind of want to go into some obviously self-reporting he's doing here. Talk about how these websites want to get you mad. They want to get you mad that people are upset that April O'Neil was race changed. And it's wait a minute. What about people who are mad about the race change? Getting upset over a race change, that's fine. But saying, hey guys, maybe we should just watch it and judge it on its own merits, that's not fine. That's unacceptable. That's his argument.
Everyone likes to act like the Ninja Turtles comic book changed the world. It did, until the cartoon came out and changed the world again. It's trying to get a new audience to watch the Ninja Turtles. It's an old property, and for some reason Hollywood thinks all old properties are white. They like to act like black people didn't exist before the 1980s. They like to act like minorities didn't exist until 2004. Shit, they think a man that's my skin color wasn't around until 2018, yet my birth certificate says 1988. I don't know what it is about Hollywood, but they're always shooting for these firsts. They're always trying to make these things more relatable to an ethnic minority. But all it does is kind of pander. Why can't black kids...
They like to use the term pander, but that's all they do. Their whole goal is to pander to the audience. Another way to use pander is sell. Their goal is to sell stuff to the audience, as much of an audience as possible. They really abuse that word pander. Let's not forget the fact that for the past, most of film history, TV history, it's all been designed to pander to the white male demographic.
Kids like the Ninja Turtles if there are no black characters. They could for decades, millions of them. Don't tell me that black kids didn't like Ninja Turtles back in the 90s. That'd be like telling me black kids didn't like Batman in the 90s, or Power Rangers that weren't Zack. Most black dudes that I talk to that like the Power Rangers go on about how badass Tommy was. Nobody goes on about, oh, Tommy was a white character and I couldn't relate to him. Only Zack spoke my language. No, Zack was great. Jason was great. Billy was great. All the characters were great what they were. They were all characters that you could relate to and look up to. And to get back to the Ninja...
What the fuck argument is that? So they like Zack and Tommy. Okay. So... you're complaining about the skin color of a character in an iteration we haven't even seen yet, dude. Let's at least wait for it to come out, because when you're judging it just because her skin color has changed, it really comes off as racist.
Turtles, it's kind of like the Ninja Turtles. All those guys, they were big green mutant turtles. We all could relate to them. You had the leader, you had the party dude, you had the machine guy, and you had the guy with an attitude. You know who I'm talking about, you know exactly what's there. That's what an actual character trait is. Something that makes a character likable no matter what they look like, so the audience can relate to them no matter what they look like. There's this obsession with making the audience and the characters look one and the same. We want to better accurately reflect the real world, but we're watching a show about mutant turtles from the sewer and a mutagen.
It's not even necessarily reflect the real world. It just reflect more faces than we've seen before.
And a Foot Clan made of robots, and a giant talking rat, and all this other shit. So you're arguing about trying to make it reflect the real world. Fuck the real world. The real world sucks. We're dealing with train derailments, shit's falling from the sky, the economy's falling apart, and the Ninja Turtles is trying to reflect that? Hollywood, we don't want our art to reflect.
I'm really confused. Is his argument is that like the natural artist choice is that all human characters are white or something? That's a weird argument.
The world we live in. It's called escapist entertainment for a reason. Nobody wants to sit down and watch a cartoon and be reminded why 2023 sucks ass.
I mean, I've heard that Velma's really bad. I haven't watched it because I have no interest. I'm not a fan of the Scooty Doo gang.
Yes. A small but important reason why 2023 sucks so much is this obsession with race. It used to be how we were all the same, how we could all get along, how the world would be a better place. Now...
Yeah. Remember back when we solved racism in 2008? We solved it, and then for some reason we backslid, and, all of a sudden these leftists won't shut up about how these guys are freaking out about race. And it's like, leftists, just shut up and let people freak out about race. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Now they found a way to make us fight over everything. These weird people online aren't representative of the audience that watches these movies. If that was the case, the Eternals, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, She-Hulk, all this garbage entertainment that everyone tells you is so popular but really isn't, would be popular.
Well, wait. So Captain Marvel was actually unbelievably popular. That made over $1 billion. So I'm just gonna put that out there right now. She-Hulk. So apparently She-Hulk wasn't super popular. How many videos did you do on She-Hulk? If it wasn't super popular, surely you didn't really cover it, because, you're not going to get clicks if it's not popular, right? So anyways, so apparently She-Hulk is not popular. So if it's not popular, these guys won't cover it, right? So, let's see, 1, 2, 3... Wow, did they restrain themselves? Did they only cover She-Hulk twice? Oh no, we're still in... Wow, WorldClassBullShitters, you only covered it twice. I'm actually kind of impressed by your refrain. You've covered it as many times as you've covered April O'Neil. Okay. Well, I do know a lot of the Fandom Menace guys did cover She-Hulk to absolute death. And I want to stress, if it's getting covered that much, it can't be that unpopular. So here, let's just do general YouTube search. So, avoiding, let's see, Cosmonaut did a video, pitch meeting, Canadian Lad, I haven't even heard of Canadian Lad. Screen Junkies, of course. Let's see, that was a year ago. Vito did a video on it, Critical Drinker. I'm not very familiar with Vito. Channel Awesome. I don't know who NMXO is. Ben Shapiro covered She-Hulk. I forgot about that. Justin is Lost, whoever that is. But as you can see, there's a ton of She-Hulk videos. And something that's not popular is not going to get covered that much. But yet somehow it seems to be getting covered okay. Almost like it was fairly popular. Isn't that weird?
Last year, everybody wanted to tell you what a racist, bigoted, homophobic piece of shit you were if you weren't singing the praises of Miss Marvel and watching She-Hulk like a good little cuck.
No, that was never the argument. The argument is if you're going after it just for diversity or strong female lead, and those are your arguments, then yeah, those are bigoted arguments. You have to actually watch it and critique it properly. And if you're not interested and don't want to watch it, that is a valid thing as well. But then you don't get to, critique it. You just don't.
Numbers came out this year. None of those shows hit the top 15. Nothing from Disney Plus hit the top 15. People don't like that brand of entertainment. And it's not just Disney. It goes across the board.
Wait, top 15 what? Top 15 what?
Last year, everybody wanted to tell you what a racist, bigoted, homophobic piece of shit you were if you weren't singing the praises of Miss Marvel and watching She-Hulk like a good little cuck. The numbers came out this year. None of those shows hit the top 15. Nothing from Disney Plus hit the top 15. People don't like that brand of entertainment. It's not just...
The numbers came out. Nothing hit the top 15. What numbers are you talking about? What are you citing? You can't just say that. I need citation, bro.
Disney. It goes across the board. All marketable IPs drown themselves in the fucking pool of identity politics. It doesn't matter if it's James Bond, Ninja Turtles, Spider-Man, Star Wars, nothing.
How has James Bond drowned itself in identity politics? I'm confused by that one.
Nothing is safe outside of Back to the Future because they won't make any more, thank God. But no other property is devoid of this. Halo, Ghostbusters, the X-Men, Indiana Jones.
Gotta bring up Ghostbusters.
You name it. They put...
And Indiana Jones hasn't even come out yet. What? I need a citation for that one, too. But of course, I mean, these guys just freak out just because there's a woman. And that, like, a strong woman character in Indiana Jones movie. What a novel idea. We've never seen that before. That's clearly something made recently, right? And
put this bullshit in literally every big property because they think there's money in it, but there's not. This is how they kill every big property. The people that make these decisions should be taken outside and kicked in the ass. Really fucking hard, Red Foreman style, because they're screwing everything up, and it's getting tiresome. You can't even have a conversation about a fucking movie before it gets into this shit, and it's so tiring. And it ain't racist to not like that a character's design was changed. And it goes across the board, it's everywhere, and you think,
well, maybe you need to actually watch it. Not just watch some trailer and freak out. Like, here's the deal. Like, if you just did, like, a trailer reaction and, you know, April pops up for a couple of seconds and you go, I don't like that design, and then you move on, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. But when you're doing whole videos, freaking out over this character that had a couple of seconds in the goddamn trailer. In fact, maybe I need to watch that trailer. I actually haven't seen that trailer yet. But when you're freaking out over a couple of seconds of trailer footage, and you haven't even seen the goddamn movie or show, I think it's a movie, but like you haven't even seen it, and you have nothing to base your critiques on, except, she's black, yeah, fuck right off on that one.
That's just entertainment, why should I care? Because entertainment is downstream from mainstream culture. This impacts the world. It's the biggest, most important domino, because once this falls, everything goes with it.
The domino of Black April O'Neil, guys. And like, what is he afraid of? What's going to happen if April O'Neil is black? What domino does that knock over? What is the end that he fears that happens if that domino is knocked over? The Black April O'Neil domino. That's knocked over. What is your fear now? Like, what? Are we going to get to that? What, is it going to be like communism? Like, give me something.
Once the entertainment looks like it represents what we want, everything else is going to follow suit to match that image. Now, the world isn't going to fall apart.
Oh, God. Is he talking about white replacement theory? Holy shit. Is he? Oh, my God. Oh, God, this is insane.
Because April O'Neil is black in a cartoon. Also, too, for the people that want to say she's black in the comic book, here's a picture of Kevin Eastman's wife that is the design for April O'Neil. I'm sorry that you think ethnicity is represented by a haircut. It was the 1980s.
Yeah, she was biracial, and there's arguments, I think, between the two creators of what her ethnicity is. And at the end of the day, I don't care. This is a new iteration, and they're doing something new with April. Move on.
What the fuck? Half of you people weren't alive. I wasn't even alive when this comic book debuted, but hairstyles were a much different beast. Don't act like white people didn't have perms, black people didn't have straight hair, vice versa, braids this and that. It's only in the modern era that we act like a haircut is cultural appropriation and that it's fucking bullshit. Honestly, the woman in the picture, the drawing, looks more like Kelly LeBrock in the color illustration with a perm. But guess what? She's white and British, and they don't get much whiter than that. Kevin Eastman's wife, here she is, also white. That's the design for April O'Neil. All you people on the internet, that's cultural.
Well, wait. If you want to go ahead and say that's the design for April O'Neil, why was she a redhead in the cartoon? Why was she a redhead in the cartoon? if you want to say this is the design for April O'Neil, this is what they're following, then why is April O'Neil a redhead? Why aren't you offended by that? Why aren't you making videos about how that 80s cartoon made her a redhead? It's almost like it's a fictional fucking character and they can do with her whatever they fucking want.
Here she is, also white. That's the design for April O'Neil. All you people on the internet, that's cultural appropriation. I hate that word, but I'll rub it in your fucking face because that's how stupid you people are. Oh.
Well, I mean, his wife there, obviously, like, she looks pretty white, but apparently she is biracial. And again, I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't matter what April was based on. It's a new iteration, and they can do whatever they want.
Oh, April's black in the comic book. Open your fucking eyes. The book's in black and white. Guess who was black? Baxter Stockman. Then he's white in the cartoon. Bitch about those atrocities. Oh.
Yeah, I want to see videos where you're bitching about that one. I betcha. I don't even think it's worth wasting the time to look, because you're not going to have videos bitching about how they made Baxter Stockman white in the cartoon. Because you only care when a character is made black. It's part of the pattern you guys do. It's kind of fucking obvious. You guys like to complain about being called racist when all you do is complain about shit like this. What other word is it? What other word describes that?
Well, because Baxter Stockman's not one of the main characters, so you won't get offended if they change something else. Or maybe it's the fact that he's a dude, you don't care. We need to have female representation in the Ninja Turtles because that's what's important, right?
I mean, that was kind of the point of the April O'Neil character to begin with. If you really want to get down to it.
Look, it's one of the most popular toy lines in fucking history. Boys, girls, whatever. It doesn't really matter. If it's a boys' property, let's just call it like it is. It's a fucking boys' property. Girls had Barbie and other shit. My Little Princess, My Little Pony, My Little Pet Shop, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, X-Men, all that shit. Hell, Power Rangers and X-Men had crossover for the girls. But they didn't do this stupid crap to pander. At the end of the day, this all feels like...
It's all pandering. How do you not recognize it's all pandering? They're selling. They're selling stuff and hoping that you buy it. It's pandering. It is pandering by its nature. It is pandering by design. They're just pandering to a different demographic than you're used to.
Pandering. It doesn't feel like progress. It doesn't feel like change. It feels like pandering to get people from different walks of life to like the Ninja Turtles.
Yes. 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 They like to expand their audience base. Duh.
Maybe if you guys didn't focus on making the Ninja Turtles a bunch of fucking dweeby nerds and made them look cool like they used to, dudes with attitude, ninjas, and not a bunch of fucking whiny weirdos. What happened to superheroes? Like, look, Spider-Man was the relatable one. He's the one that kids could see have his moment.
Yes, and Spider-Man is famous for looking like a badass, right? That's what he's famous for.
Moments of weakness in his personal life and kind of be insecure. But you never watched Superman or Batman or Wolverine break a sweat. The Ninja Turtles were fucking cool.
It's almost like different characters do different things. Ninja Turtles never broke a sweat. Like, all the Ninja Turtles were different characters. Raph and Leonardo were definitely the more confident ones. It wasn't that Donatello wasn't confident. Well, it wasn't even that Donatello and Michelangelo weren't confident, but they were different. Like, Leonardo had to be the leader, and Raphael was just kind of the rebel, which was something really added not in the cartoon, but in the movie, which was a nice addition. But yeah, they're characters. You can't just judge all characters by the same metric.
Like, I don't remember them ever being lame. When I would watch that show, the music would start, you would get ready, you would do some moves. Yeah, it had comedy, it was a kid's show, but it wasn't lame. It wasn't like a PBS cartoon where the character's saying, I love you, you love me. No, it was a cartoon with ninjas.
Well, yeah, it was like older than that. I mean, you have a lot of the PBS cartoons like Sesame Street and stuff like that for like really young kids, and then the older kids get Ninja Turtles. It's actually a different demographic. Do you research anything?
Swords and robots and shit. If you lived in the UK, they called them Hero Turtles, but whatever. This is America where it was invented, and ninja was cool. I don't know why you guys have all those problems in the UK. Ninja's not a bad word. And what's the problem with a headbutt?
Is he triggered by ninja? Like, who cares?
in your country. Why do you cut out headbutts in every action movie? Like GoldenEye, and you call it a rabbit punch or whatever the fuck it is. But in GoldenEye, they cut out the headbutts. For some reason in the UK, they cut out headbutts, and they don't use the word ninja in Ninja Turtles. It's weird. It's a foreign land. I don't know why I'm talking about it, but I...
Because there are cultural differences. I actually like a lot of the cultural differences. We're going to see they're going to start like intermingling because media is cross-connecting between England and the United States a lot because essentially the common language makes it easier, even though there's differences. But yeah, what is it? Shag. Shag in England is the same as saying fuck in the United States. It's just a little subtle difference. When somebody from England is asking you for chips or actually asking you for French fries, there's just little differences. Two people separated by common language.
I digress. I really, really, really think that this Ninja Turtles movie is just destined to flop because this is the way they're going to get people to talk about it. They think, oh my god, they're letting people know that there's a new Ninja Turtles movie by being outraged. It's not going to work this time for you people. And yeah, I said you people. I'm one of those people, and I don't like this shit. So don't put us in a fucking box. But before we go, I want to address a couple tweets because these are the real fucking problem. This person on Twitter called MT goes, I hope April O'Neil is always black from now on because that's what she's supposed to be. But you're wrong. See, why?
You're not even showing the tweet. Is that even something I could possibly look up? Okay.
Because that's what she's supposed to be. But tweets because these are the real fucking problem. This person on Twitter called MT goes, I hope April O'Neil is always black from now on because that's what she's supposed to be.
I hope April O'Neil is always black from now on because that's what she's supposed to be. Great. A tweet I can't even find. Great. That obviously the voice for a nation. That tweet right there. I was expecting to find a tweet with two. Like he can't even cite like. How hard is it if you're gonna reference a tweet to at least clip it and put it as a screenshot on your pic?
But you're wrong. See, why do people let their ignorance show? Oh, she's supposed to be this because it feels right, because I feel justified. Look, you misinterpreted a fucking drawing.
Dude, I just want to ask you, what is she supposed to be in your opinion? What do you think she's supposed to be? Because every iteration is going to do something different. You can't stop that either. They just are. Cope.
It's a fucking haircut. People are bigger than haircuts. But I guess maybe you see black people.
But apparently they're not bigger than skin color from your implication from there. Like haircuts can change, but skin color changing, oh, fuck, oh. Get over it, you know.
Well, it's just a haircut. And, well, that says more about you than it does me. But remember, for all the ignorant people out there on Twitter that want to run their mouth about being virtuous, make sure, before you're worried about being virtuous, you're worried about being correct. Here's the inspiration for April O'Neil. I've only showed her 5 times in this video, and I'm sorry to the people on the internet that just can't comprehend that your little battle for identity on the internet means dick in the drop of a bucket.
Well, I can't stress this enough with how much that self-reported comment is, but, yes, your battle for identity, your battle, WorldClassBullShitters, your battle for identity, you lost it, because April O'Neil's gonna be black. Say what you will about all the people defending that choice. At the end of the day, you lost.
It is these big companies want to make money off minorities, so they try to make these characters more appealing. It's not about diversity, it's not about progress. They think they can make more cash by making the world more inclusive. They don't care about your feelings. And if you think I'm lying, why does every company want to make sure that their stuff gets a Chinese release too?
Money. It's money.
So folks, tell me what you think about this situation. Yeah, April O'Neil, black in the new cartoon. I'm so upset. You can hear me rage out. I'm really tired of this conversation, though. No matter what it is, I'm so tired of hearing about...
Then why did you do a 15-minute rant on it? Why?
it's about time for this. It's about time for that. What it's about time for is for me to write a comic book about this guy who finds out the IP addresses of everybody that says this dumb shit and pulls a J on Silent Bob and goes, do you post as Magnolia fan? Yeah. Did you tweet this out on this date? Yeah. And you know the rest of the fucking story. You can't take away people's voices. I don't want to take away people's voices. That is not what I'm about.
You just want to beat them up?
I'm a proponent of free speech, but I also have the right to tell you you're a fucking idiot. Take a chill pill, get off your high horse, and take a deep breath. You realize you sound like an asshole. But for the rest of us out there, thank you for watching, folks. 3 questions for today. 1, who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? 2, who's your favorite Ninja Turtles villain? And 3, what's your favorite Ninja Turtle video game? For me, my favorite turtle...
Well, those are disconnected, but you know what? I'll play along. Donatello, villain. Is Shredder too cliche? I mean... I feel like it's gotta be Shredder, though. And then video game, Turtles in Time.
Was Leonardo. My favorite villain is obviously the Shredder, and my favorite video game is either Turtles in Time or the Shredder's Revenge, and it is so fun. Thank you for watching. I'm going to get out of here, but come back tomorrow for more. We got a live stream and a whole lot more coming to the channel this week, including an interview with the writers of X-Men, the animated series. So, folks, that's going to be on the membership program. All you got to do is...
Okay. Yeah. There is a lot of self-reporting in that video. An absolute ton of it. It's kind of fascinating. I can't believe all these people defending this choice. It's like... I can't believe all the people freaking out over it. You know, if you people didn't freak out over this choice, then there won't be a need for people to defend this choice. Yeah, this is the guy that did Ghostbusters, isn't it? I have no... Did that comic book ever come out? It looked awful. I am going to go ahead and watch that Ninja Turtles trailer, because I haven't seen it. But while I go ahead and watch that, that's a couple minutes long, you guys go ahead and give me some requests.
Can I kick it?
Hopefully they don't claim it.
Can I kick it?
This is making the internet round, so I'm going to assume they aren't going to claim me, but they might. So we'll see what happens.
Stay still.
I will say I like the animation style. It's unique. I kind of dig it.
Stay still.
Now! Oh! Let's try that again, but with ninja stars.
Hey, why did we pick a fruit?
Yeah, and they're definitely going for like a very going hard into the teenage aspect of the Ninja Turtles, which is cool.
Fruit shaped exactly like my head.
Just stop talking. You're ruining my concentration.
You're fine. Chill. He's gonna die.
Wait, did you hear that? What was that? Well, nothing we can do. You guys want to grab pizza?
Can I kick it? Can I kick it? Can I kick it? Can I kick it? What the heck are those things? They look like little Shreks to me. Can I kick it? Can I kick it?
Oh, we've prepared our whole lives for this.
Can I kick it?
Oh my, I'm gonna be sick.
Leo, what happened? Is Donnie bleeding?
It was an accident. Mikey, watch out!
So yeah, this is really short. So far, I think I like this. This looks good.
You were baby turtles who made contact with mystery goo.
Well, we prefer the term ooze, but yeah.
It's like more like, it's just nicer.
It rolls off the tongue better, yeah.
Ooze. It's nice, right? It's ooze.
That looks good. That looked pretty charming. And like, how long is April in that fucking trailer? Oh my god. Okay, so
Were baby turtles who made contact with mystery goo.
3.
Well, we prefer
She's visible for 3 seconds. 3 seconds, and these guys have just blown up. Yeah, I noticed the layered sign, too. That was a nice touch. That was a good trailer. That was excellent. Blackwing Gaming, I asked... let's see. Social Justice Ninja Turtles with even more diverse... Oh, God. Okay. I guess we're doing a Ninja Turtles theme. But yeah, God, that... It's like they can't complain about anything else because the trailer was actually really good. Oh, it's Geeks and Gamers. Fucking hell. Okay, goddamn Jeremy Griggs. At least his videos are short. You know, I will give him that. His videos are short. Good for him. Oh, you're right. That's the issue. April O'Neil's not sexy. Because that's the key with April O'Neil. You know, I mean, if she's a cartoon character, she's got to be sexy. Like, it's exactly like the M&Ms. Like, that green M&M and those sneakers, like, what are you supposed to do with that? Those boots are where it's at. Fucking, yeah.
If you criticize this movie, if you criticize this trailer, you're racist, you're sexist, you're a fat phobic, you're every phobic and every ism that has ever been created. Let me go ahead and just get it out of the way.
Well, I'm glad Jeremy was so honest up front with that. Thank you, Jeremy, for admitting all your faults. That's the end of the video, right? We don't have to watch anything more. Jeremy just laid it all out. So, yeah, thank you, Jeremy, for explaining who you are. The first step is recognition, dude. Now we can move past it.
For all of the programmed NPCs that are going to respond exactly how you would expect them to respond, because at this point in time, it's beyond a meme now. These weirdos, these psychopaths in Hollywood simply are so far over the line. Remember when this started out with Ghostbusters 2016?
Excuse me. I'm sorry. These people and their inability to get over Ghostbusters 2016. Oh my God. Ghostbusters 2016 was a box office failure. Like, I think it did okay with the critics, but not great. The overall public at large did not like it. Which is why now we have Afterlife, and now they're talking about starting a new Ghostbusters franchise from Afterlife, not Ghostbusters 2016. So say what you will about Ghostbusters 2016, the actual cultural impact of that movie that gave us Afterlife, which was, in my opinion, decent. It was definitely the second best Ghostbusters movie, not even close. And so yeah, now we're going to get more movies based on Afterlife with the original cast who are remaining, apparently doing more, which would be awesome, which is kind of what we've always wanted anyway. So say what you will about Ghostbusters 2016, at the end it kind of gave the fans what they wanted.
That's really where a lot of people started to realize what was going on. And then we got into The Last Jedi. We are now so far over the line of them just pushing nonsense and identity politics.
What? I mean, I know how it would go. I would love to talk to Jeremy Griggs sometime and actually get his opinions on some of this stuff. Ask him, what about identity politics offends him so much? Because it'd be one thing if, like, April O'Neil, like, had one scene in that trailer, and it was her going, I am a brave black woman, and I'm going to fight for whatever, da-da-da-da-da. And, you know, if you wanted to say, hey, I wish they didn't push that so hard, I would be like, okay, maybe I can give you a little bit of points there. That being said, these guys have yelled about that so much, I would really want to give them that. But the fact is, no. She was just a character talking to them briefly. For 3 seconds of a trailer, we saw her. And now you're calling out identity politics simply because a black character exists. And you don't want to be called racist, even though you're complaining about a black character existing. Again, I don't know what other word to use to describe that behavior.
And did you know that April O'Neil is not only black, she's fat as well? So that's double oppression Olympics.
Do you care? I don't care. And that's the crazy thing. That was actually a good trailer. I really liked that trailer.
Not allowed to criticize her at all, and if you do, you're going to be labeled, and we all know the same song and dance from the same exact people that will yell all day because Eric July made $4 million on his independent comic book company.
What does Isom have to do with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? That is like such a side project, and that's the thing, like, fucking Eric July. Obviously he's had his fans over at this channel. But yes. Eric July. Anyways. He made Isom. And, you know, listen, I'm going to go ahead and put aside all my suspicions and just take it all at face value and say he made like $4 million on that comic book. Good for him. And if that was the only thing he did, if the only thing he did was make a comic book and sell it to his fans, then guess what? Good for him. Good for him. He made $4 million. Good for him. But that's not just what he does. He's already made videos complaining about April being black. Why? It's, again, I can only think of one reason to complain about April being black in that trailer. It's not good, and, you know, he told me, or I guess I should say he admitted he does work for the Blaze. So how much does Glenn Beck pay you?
Glenn Beck doesn't pay me. Glenn Beck doesn't own Blaze anymore.
So how much does the Blaze pay you?
Blaze doesn't pay me that much. I'm only a video contributor. I only show up every, like, once or twice at the most a week.
I mean, you got your picture on the wall. You must do something for him.
Yeah, because I'm a video contributor. Why wouldn't my picture be on the wall?
Well, everybody
that shows up, even the contributors that contribute to Jason Whitlock's show, who only show up a couple of times, those guys are also pictured at the Blaze. What's the problem?
Your picture was like 4 or 5 spots away from Glenn Beck. Anyways, Eric July made $4 million, and he complains about April O'Neil being black. And he freely admits he works for the Blaze. So either he works for the Blaze either because his politics align with the stuff they want to push, or because he's willing to push what they tell him to push. Either way, it's not a good look.
A bunch of white leftists are really mad that a black man is succeeding, but if we criticize straight up ridiculous identity politics, and this only exists so that it can be weaponized. But let's watch this ridiculous trailer first, and then we will continue. Let me introduce you to Mutant Mayhem, the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles teaser trailer. In theaters, August 4th, 2023.
Can I kick it? Can I kick it?
This is so stupid. This is so stupid.
I like how he's prefacing it with "it's so stupid." Like you haven't even has he watched it? Like, let's see.
And I mean, right there.
Yeah, Seth Rogen's actually a pretty funny guy. Not all his movies have been great. Like he did that Green Hornet movie. I don't think he directed. I think he might have written that Green Hornet movie and produced it. That Green Hornet movie was awful, but for the most part, I've enjoyed the movies he's been behind. For the most part.
That name should tell you all you need to know right there.
That this movie might be hilarious. Okay, cool.
Leftist psychopath.
A leftist psychopath. If he's a leftist psychopath, what does that make you, Jeremy? Because, like, I don't know. Like, what I've seen from Seth Rogen, I don't know if, like... He's definitely left of you, Jeremy, but I don't know if I would consider him, like, even Bernie Sanders leftist. And you are definitely a far-right figure, so...
Come on. No. Oh. Let's try that again, but with Ninja Star.
Well, if I knew he was just gonna watch the trailer, I wouldn't just watch it on here. But I don't know. It'll be nice to watch. I'm certain he's gonna add some commentary here, and it'll be awful. This trailer is definitely gonna be the best part of this video, though.
Hey, why did we pick a fruit shaped exactly like my head?
Just stop talking. You're ruining my concentration.
You're fine. Chill. He's gonna die.
Was he suppressing a smile there? He's suppressing a smile. Let's see if I can improve that picture quality there. But he is suppressing a smile there. This is the grift. This is the fact that he's grifting shining through. So he's got a little smile going on there. He has to suppress it because he has to be mad at this. But like this, the charms of this trailer are even overcoming someone like Jeremy Griggs.
Exactly like my head.
Just stop talking. You're ruining my concentration.
You're fine. Chill. He's gonna die.
Wait, did you hear that? What was that? Well, nothing we can do. You guys want to grab pizza?
Can I kick it? Can I kick it? Can I kick it? Can I kick it? What the heck are those things?
They look like little Shreks to me.
Can I kick it? Can I kick it?
Oh, we've prepared our whole lives for this.
Can I kick it?
Oh my, I'm gonna be sick.
Leo, what happened? Is Donnie bleeding?
It was an accident. Mikey, watch out!
So you were baby.
So he's not even gonna say anything. This trailer is just a couple minutes of his video runtime. Jesus Christ, dude. How lazy are you?
Turtles.
And there is the fat...
Oh, that he's gonna stop for this. Listen, guys, don't call me a bigot, but I'm stopping for this one moment in this trailer. I let the rest of the trailer just run through, and I'm going to stop for this one specific moment. Can you guess why? Can you guess why I'm stopping for this moment? Wow, just so obvious.
Black April O'Neil, and if you criticize her or this film or her way...
Well, you have nothing to criticize yet. She's in 3 fucking seconds of the trailer. Maybe actually watch the goddamn thing.
Or anything, you already know all of the isms and ist and all of the nonsense that you're going to be labeled.
Well, you see, it's not just this, because if it was only this, then no, that won't be enough to label you that. But it's, well, I don't know. I mean, this by itself is pushing it, because this is not that much. But like, if it was just this, I'd probably say, okay, give you a pass. Okay. Give you a pass. This is, you just don't like this design of April O'Neil. Okay, cool. Okay. Move on. But the fact is, you go crazy over this. And then you also got Galadriel and Rings of Power. You got She-Hulk. You got Captain Marvel. You got Finn. You got all these women and minority characters that you always scream about all the time. It's a pattern of behavior, dude. It's pretty obvious.
But at this point, does anyone really care about these labels? No, you don't care. I don't care. Normal.
Whoa, wait a minute, dude. You obviously care because you're making a fucking video about it. If you didn't care, you might make a video about it. Dude.
People don't care because we understand what's going on here, and it's been going on, and it is so far over the line. And as I said,
a black overweight April O'Neil is, quote, so far over the line. What line are you talking about? What?
Times with social justice nonsense, it never fails, and there's never...
No, wait, what was the social justice message in a overweight black April O'Neil? What is that social justice message that you're concerned about? That overweight black people exist? No, Jeremy, I seriously want to know, what is the message you're concerned about here? What is it?
Enough. It doesn't matter how much you try and work with social justice freaks, they are never satisfied, and they are always going to take it too far, and then...
Take it too far? What are you talking about, dude? It's a new iteration of the characters. Move on, bro.
Once they've taken it too far, they're going to go 10 more miles over the line. Social justice does not care about any.
Man, I really hope this April O'Neil is also trans. I would love it if this April O'Neil was also trans. Let's just keep it going, man. I want all the characters to be minority trans women. All of them. All of them. Just to see Jeremy Griggs' head explode.
Thing other than being fake offended and creating reason.
Fake offended. Fake offended is your bread and butter, Jeremy Griggs. That's how you make your fucking paychecks, is to get fake offended, buddy. I don't know how you can criticize anybody for getting fake offended when that's what you do for a career.
For you.
Hold on. You know what? Here, we'll finish out this video, then I'll dig out that clip that I played for Fandom Initiative about him.
To be upset so they can then take your anger or your displeasure and then turn that into racism or whatever it is that they're labeling it. So this right here is a complete and total joke beyond belief. It's another Little Mermaid. It's another Ghostbusters 2016.
A Little Mermaid. You know what? Like I've said before, I have zero hope. Well, you know what? I don't have zero hope. I have hope for that movie. I hope that's a good movie. But Disney's live action remake track record is really bad. So there's a good chance that movie's gonna suck. That being said, we haven't seen it yet. The little bit about it we do know is that Halle Bailey has a really good fucking voice. And that's it. So literally the one thing you really can't complain about that movie is Halle Bailey, yet the one thing they complain about that movie is Halle Bailey. I wonder why. It's not very well hidden when you break it down.
And it simply shows you that the people in Hollywood do not care at all in any capacity. This is going to be...
Oh no, is there another mermaid trailer coming out tonight? No.
A disaster beyond belief. I grew up...
Rotary Dial. I actually, I didn't finish high school either, but I do have a college degree, so I guess that doesn't count, but yeah.
The Ninja Turtles. I loved the Ninja Turtles. They were awesome. They had their own unique personalities. And for people like Seth Rogen and anyone else involved with this production, just to take this and actively push identity politics into...
So what exactly is the message they're pushing that a black, overweight April O'Neil exists? Like, Jeremy, just answer me. What is that message?
To it just for the sake of doing it. Tells you everything you need to know. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.
But you know what? We are going to go ahead and play that one Fandom Initiative video that I had clipped together for that one stream, just to show you exactly who Jeremy Griggs is in case you missed that one. I think it's a good video because it kind of lays out exactly who he is in his own words. That's a fascinating thing. It's in his own words. Kind of what makes it great.
I think it's still important to try to communicate yourself in a way that makes it clear what you're saying, what you're meaning. That's all.
I appreciate that. I mean, not to sound like a dick, but I just don't care. I mean, there's 400 people watching this stream. If one of them knows my name now that didn't know it before, it's a success for me. At the end of the day, I have tried to build Geeks and Gamers by doing it the structured way, the methodical way, the think it out, prep it, take notes, think about everything you're going to say, and it fucking failed miserably on me. The day that I started doing what I'm doing right now, which is what you're, having a problem with, is the day that I started becoming successful.
You laid it out right there. Yeah, no, that was a conversation he had with Southpaw. I don't know if EFAP was ever good, but I would definitely, even during this time, this was a couple years ago, even during this time, Mahler was giving Jeremy some pushback if you watch this full thing. So maybe a time where they aren't quite as bad, but yeah, they're pretty much full Fandom Menace now. But that being said, Jeremy Griggs lays it all right out just right there. You know, there was a time when I worked hard. I really wanted, you know, Geeks and Gamers to be done the right way, and it failed miserably, so I half-assed it, and now it's a success. Just laying it all out right now.
Books, records, films, these things matter. Call me shallow. It's the fucking truth.